Hi lovelies, I am here with you today with a hashtag which I found really wonderfully psychological, and I have seen Diane Jareki's and Lisa's from Tarot Alchemist responses to this, and I think it's a wonderful way to not only explore ourselves but reveal ourselves a little bit more to you. Not a little bit, even this reveals a lot, I think. I must first of all say that I haven't done the Myers-Briggs test. I don't think I have done it ever. I have done another Jungian test that shows what type of a person are you, the knight or what not. There was, I can't even remember, the hermit, the knight, everything. This was really interesting. I can't remember who was I, but this is a hashtag Myers-Briggs Tarot by the Cheeky, and there is, let me have a look, see, 4 questions. First, you have to take the test online. There are many opportunities or possibilities to take it, and the Myers-Briggs test to look up which type of personality are you, and I got as a result my personality type is the Mediator, which is in letters INFP/A. I'm not sure what the /A means, and the keywords are diplomat and confident individualist. And then we had to, as question 2 or task 2, to look up corresponding court card and tell if you think it matches the personality type, why or why not. So, my personality type, which is described as true idealist, always looking for the hint of good in even the worst of people and events, searching for ways to make things better. While they may be perceived as calm, reserved, or even shy, mediators have an inner flame and passion that can truly shine. Comprising just 4% of the population, the risk of feeling misunderstood is unfortunately high for the mediator personality type. Yeah, tell me about that. But when they find like-minded people to spend their time with, their harmony, they feel, will be a fountain of joy and inspiration. Amen to that. So, this was like this. And then there's a scale which shows which way you are more tilting and how many percent of something. I am 51% introverted and 49% the other side. This, I knew that I am right in the middle. I can be this and that according to whatever circumstances are. I can be total introvert some days and I can be total outrovert some other days, which has a new name for it, which I can't remember. I will leave this down below because the middle one has a name also. Then 77% intuitive, 54% feeling, 71% prospecting, and 78% assertive. This. Then there's a a longer story here. What did it mean? Diplomat, role group, mediators are guided by their principles that rather than by logic, excitement, or practicality. Mediators are led by the purity of their intent, not rewards and punishments. People who share the mediator personality type are proud of this quality, and rightly so, but not everyone understands the drive behind these feelings, and it can lead to isolation. Mediators have a talent for self-expression, revealing their beauty and their secrets through metaphors and fictional characters. Oh my god, I am all about making examples through other stuff, and this is how I roll with explaining things to people. This makes a lot of sense. This is interesting. Mediators' ability with language doesn't stop with their native tongue either. As with most people who share their diplomat personality types, they are considered gifted when it comes to learning a second or third language. Yes, I think it is true. Learning languages is really easy for me, and if I want to learn it, and yet some languages doesn't compute with my brain chemistry, I think, and some languages are not like calling me to learn even, but they really stick easily, and if I would want to right now start learning another language, I think I might succeed in it, which I want to do if I would have time, which makes another obstacle because this personality type is not the type who can make a action plan. I have ranted about this here also, that I am incapable of going with plans, creating plans and sticking to them. I am more like this improvising on the go, and sometimes it makes my life harder, I think, but my capability of going with plans is pretty much not there. So, mediators listen to many people but talk to few. Yes, they will focus their attention on just a few people, a single worthy cause. Spread too thinly, they'll run out of energy and even become dejected and overwhelmed by all the bad in the world that they can't fix. This is a sad sight for mediators' friends who will come to depend on their rosy outlook. Yeah. If they are not careful, mediators can lose themselves in their quest for good and neglect the day-to-day upkeep that life demands. Mediators often drift into deep thought, enjoying contemplating the hypothetical and philosophical more than any other personality type. Left unchecked, mediators may start to lose touch, withdrawing into hermit mode, and can take a great deal of energy from their friends or partners to bring them back to the real world. Luckily, like the flowers in the spring, mediators' affection, creativity, altruism, and idealism will always come back, rewarding them and those they love, perhaps not with logic and utility, but with a worldview that inspires compassion, kindness, and beauty wherever they go. Makes a lot of sense. The hermit state makes sense, and yeah, just about everything. And then mediators in celebrities are William Shakespeare, J.R.R. Tolkien, Björk, Johnny Depp, Julia Roberts, Lisa Kudrow, I think it's pronounced, Alicia Keys, Frodo Baggins, and now Fox Mulder, X-Files. You know, the fictional characters are somewhat put in here also. Orwen, The Lord of the Rings, and some of them I don't know. Lance Sweets from Bones, that guy I know, the psychologist guy. And yeah, really interesting thing. So the court card that goes with this is Page of Cups. I sat with this and tried to find the connection with the personality type described, and it makes sense a lot. I took out some other pages of cups to show you also. So this is Anna K. Tarot, and while the Rider White, he is just gazing upon this wish. For me, this is wish fish. You can get answers from through nature or through the emotional experiences. As the page is still young on the journey, he is gathering, yet he can also give. The giving position is visible here. The Ludi Lescott Tarot. Also the Steampunk Tarot. The Page of Cups is not afraid or holding back, giving you his water or cup, so to speak. I have a few more. This is the Druidcraft Tarot, where the pages are princesses, and she is beautifully grounded, as well as cherishing the cup she has. So then the Theater Dolls Tarot, the Princess of Water or Emotions. In this deck, the rainbow water signifies or shows the fulfillment of emotional spectrum, and she is bathing in it, not afraid of the sides of the spectrum. She is just getting all of this in. Then the Gaian Tarot, the baby in the sea. This is how I am. I really, really love everything sea and ocean, salt water things, and my favorite place to be is on the beach, but not tanning beach, you know, the solitary beach, walk around there, no other people. Luckily we have a lot of these places around here. You can just go and you're alone or with your company on the beach and no one else is there. You can just do whatever you want, lay on the ground, on the sand, on the rocks, wherever you want to be, you can be. Then the Page of Water from the Bohemian Animal Tarot, the dolphin in the lotus flower, zenning, I want to say. The lotus flower is representing the spiritual growth and the basis of our spiritual growth. And beautiful. And the question was, if I agree, does it match with my personality? Well, the inner core, yes, but I am born with a lot of like inner fire as well, and the getting the grips of the emotional reacting fire that I inherited with my Slavic descent is really hard to tame, because I am 50% of Russian blood and 50, meaning my father was Russian and my mother is Estonian, and this makes me a remix of two totally different culture and personality, or the types of people. Estonians are calm and cold and slow, I want to say, and more compliant with everything, while Russians are fiery and reacting and not so cool and calm, and sometimes other side wins, and I had a hard time of taming my fiery Slavic side for a while, which always bursted out in emotional form or through emotional reacting form. So there's something in me, but I think since I did the test right now, I have made a great success of working on it, and it doesn't rule over me anymore, but I am in control of this vessel, so to speak. So I agree. Also, a card I wanted to show, which is the shadow side of the Page of Cups, or the idea of Page of Cups, or this personality type. And this is Page of Cups from the Paradoxico, Trionfi della Luna Paradoxico. Also, any Trionfi della Luna deck. She is, or he is, I'm sorry, Fante di Coppe, is consuming everything himself, not leaving anyone, and not probably sharing, which was the whole idea of this personality type, of giving and observing and more like giving side, but this is more the taking side. And I want to say that if this personality type, I can't remember the letters anymore, is Page of Cups, then this represents it reversed for me, because all personality types can be the shadow side also, that are complete opposite to the what we should be or would be, but we are more tilted to the worst part of our personality. And the goal or the ideal is to be upright. So, these were my cards. Show us any other court cards you feel may better describe your personality type. If I would choose, like I just described, what I might be, I wanna show the, let me find you, I did not prepare, I'm sorry, that I feel I might somewhat be also, and let me really quickly find you. I want to say Knight of Swords type because I have a tendency to charge into things that are not mine or sometimes not my business. And this is the fiery part of not the wands but the swords, because I use my words and mind to do it. I am playing mind games a lot with people to find out if they are compatible, like the personality type indicated that I need to have my type of people around me, so I am using this approach a lot to find out what type of person am I dealing with and how they would react. I'm not hurting people, but borderline, like borderline touching their buttons, because people open up really quickly to me, which also is the Page of Cups skill, I want to say. And I'm not misusing it, but to further get knowledge about something I want to know, I am using the buttons they have revealed for me. And yeah, this is how I work. I love psychology, I love everything, observing and interesting traits of people. I love to observe and then I gather knowledge into my cup, and then I decide if and how can I use it, if at all. So Knight of Swords is somewhat, to my feelings, compatible for something I do also. Okay, number 4, compare your court card to the other 3 court cards of the same rank, pages, and I didn't read through the questions, this is my bad. Let's just have really quickly, I'm so sorry, I didn't want to waste your time, yet you have now a lot of personal knowledge about me as a bonus, so bear with me. I will get those pages out. 2 are here already, 1 to go, and so I have to compare if and how they are different. Where's one more page? I just saw the Page of Swords. Where are you hiding? Page of Swords does not want to come out to play. I am doing as fast as I can. So, other pages compared to Page of Cups, or compare your court card to the other 3. So let's start with the Page of Swords then. Page of Swords. Let me, so I can see what I'm doing. Page of Swords. So the difference first I see is the stance of being ready to do something, whatever it is. The readiness, you can't see any readiness here. This shows that he is ready to charge into whatever it is, and the wind in his hair, the movement is visible. Also, he is a little bit on the top of something, so he has a little bit of higher ground, or he thinks a little bit superior of himself, while the Page of Cups is just gazing the cup. If something would creep closer to him from behind, I am sure he wouldn't notice, because he is observing the cup and the fish, and maybe communicating with the fish, and the sound of the waves probably is taking out all the other sounds, so he is not going to see or hear anyone coming. I can relate to this a lot, because sometimes I phase out so deep that, and I think my own thoughts, I walk around but I'm totally phased out from everything else, and I'm thinking my own thoughts, and when someone comes near me and I just see them when they are really near, then I always get a jump scare. And having a low blood pressure, trust me, jump scares are not fun for me, because the blood pressure goes up, and this is out of the norm, and I am getting dizzy and everything like that, so startling me is not a good idea. But I get startled a lot, because I am like this, I am phased out a lot, and I'm thinking my own thoughts, and I'm observing something. It might be a bug, or everything, and I am not ready and alert as this guy is. So next, let's have a look at the wands. Page of Wands again. However, they are both looking, observing their suit thing. The Wands guy looks, for me, this is the Vanity Fair card. The person that is the person or feeling of pride of what they have, what they are doing, and pride in themselves and their everything. The guy is red feathered, red pants. This guy looks like he looks up, meaning he is goal oriented, yet this guy looks down and no vanity in the pose. Something is like this, and then something is like this, observing and admiring. This is two different things. So admiring, admiration, needing of admiring, this type, and observation, this type. And last one is the Page of Earth or Page of Pentacles. Again, observing his thing, yet holding it up with both hands, like this guy, like this guy. They both, all except the cups, are using both hands, holding their suit thing, their main thing. And he is holding it precious and is proud of what he has, and also goal oriented, and setting this guy probably can set true goals and go for them and have a further along this purpose, but he is not going anywhere. Lean back, one hand on the waist. He's totally in himself, not into the cup so much, but he's observing and getting things to himself from the observations. So this happened. I hope I didn't waste all your time. This was the hashtag Briggs Myers Tarot, which is absolutely amazingly revealing, as you might experienced, and I have no problems telling or revealing you more about myself, because if you are a seer, you can see it from afar, which is, I am like, not like the open book per se, but well, you can see what I am when you know me a lot more than just a few minutes. I'm not holding back anything. I'm not usually wearing any masks if I don't feel the needs. With some people, unfortunately, I have to do it because I don't want to reveal everything. You can't reveal all of you to some people. Yeah. So, spilling the guts. And great tag, because this is, like I said, psychological, makes me think, lets you in to our souls, whoever are doing this tag. And yeah, thank you for watching. I'm not wasting any more of your time. Me and the Page of Cups are saying goodbye to you. Thank